Hello everybody, and we are back with some Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're just going to pop over to the YouTube channel here to make sure we can cut in our episode at the right time. So we're tuned in here on some Euro Truck Simulator 2. Restart the clock. And we have new DLC installed, which gives us a whole bunch of accessories to decorate our truck with. So I stuck a compass down, phone, some bobbleheads, these flags, a curtain with doilies, and a little GPS window sticker. All of these things actually work. Like they have physics representation in the game, and you can see them move around as I drive and operate my truck and all that kind of stuff. Off camera, I did one delivery with this one with the people that are watching in live stream. Hello everybody sticking around live. If you want to catch me from now on, SimGamerTV's Sunday afternoon drive is on Sundays at noon Pacific time. So that hopefully will give my European viewers a chance to see it a little earlier in the middle of the night as opposed to, you know, at 2 or 3 in the morning. Stuff like that. So we need to find ourselves a job. Actually, what we need to do is we need to upgrade our engine. It's a little loud, sorry. So we came here to the repair shop and did the service on our truck. Our truck was a little bit damaged. But what I want to do now is actually upgrade the engine because there's a new engine upgrade available. It's going to cost me 4,728 euro, but I've noticed with some of the bigger loads that I'm getting, especially with the ADR licenses that I have, that the truck is woefully underpowered for some of the bigger loads. We're also getting more high-value cargo now, so so we're going to look at that. Let's see if we can't get a job from the local market. Freight market, local jobs. We are currently in Hanover. I hate these urgent deliveries. They're not far enough. This is like just a place just out of town. So I'll go ahead and grab this one from Tradox, which is salmon fillet. They have an urgent delivery, $24.44 per kilometer. Let's go ahead and grab that. Set our GPS to that destination. It is quite early in the morning on a Monday game time. Just waiting for traffic to clear. Hopefully we're good. Yep, we're good. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Oh, that car almost ran into me. Oh, red light, you're killing me. Craziness. Oh, nice, I didn't notice on the screen. So, Gmod's on the channel. Let me know that I just got 2,476 income from driver Melanie. So I do have 2 other drivers making money for my company as well, but since this is Euro Truck Simulator, not Euro Trucking Business Simulator, the bulk of my income comes from my personal driving. And that's going to be the case through most of the game, even as we hire other drivers. But that's actually pretty cool. I mean, the other drivers are there for supplemental income, not so much your primary source. Let's go ahead and pick up a job here. We could go to Frankfurt or we can go to Erfurt. Let's go to Erfurt. Come over here to this trailer, get ourselves backed up and hooked up. We are playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 with the latest DLC, which literally came out earlier this week for all the cabin decorations. Into third gear we go, as advised by one of the resident experts of this game who gave me some advice a couple weeks ago. The first two gears, gear 1 and gear 2, are basically the tractor crawling gears. You don't need to use those gears, generally speaking, to start off with, unless you're pulling a steep hill with a pretty heavy load. So this is a full load of salmon fillet. Miguel has joined the channel. Welcome back, Miguel. Nice seeing you again. Miguel asks if I'm online. I'm not actually online playing multiplayer. I'm just playing single player. But there will be some, I am hoping to get some multiplayer content down the pipe here pretty soon. Oy. All right. On our way with our second delivery of the day. Unfortunately, this will probably be the first of 2 episodes for today's cut from the live stream, as I completely neglected to set the in the previous recording to set the start time for the clip. And of course, YouTube is scrolling when it shouldn't be. That's okay. I'll fix that later. Okay. I love all these things in the window moving, just like they, you know. So these little details add so very much to the game with this expansion. This expansion was pretty cheap. It was like $3, $2, $3, $4, something like that. We're driving on here. Got a knock at the door, which I'm going to ignore for now. Hang on just a moment. Daughter's got some friends over and they're trying to get my attention. But I will go pay attention to them in another hour or so from about 10-7 minutes. So another reason I moved SimGamerTV's Sunday afternoon drive from 3 to noon was so I had more time in between my afternoon show and the evening show to do stuff like get lunch, get any clips or information prepared that I wanted for the other show. Give those things a wiggle. Too funny. I just want to point out, Gmod pointed this out earlier when I was playing the previous drive, that the compass works, and the GPS works, and you can see the bobblehead, do the bobblehead thing. So all these little cabin details that we now have can actually make a big difference. I went ahead and just lined up a whole bunch of banners on the windshield, even though they're a little bit distracting. They're not in my field of vision really, and I am totally speeding. I'm gonna go ahead and back off the throttle, set our cruise control for 80, and just cruise along in this drive. We've got 4 hours and 20 some odd minutes. On this delivery. We are once again playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 with the Driving Force GT, which is a force feedback steering wheel, and it has gas and brake pedal, a simple up-down shifter, which you'll hear me clicking frequently. Speed limit is now, oh, it's 80 for trucks, never mind. Resume. Is everybody slowing down? I'm gonna try and overtake this Stokes delivery truck here. Doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to. He's got more juice than I do. Well, maybe going down this hill. There we go. Resume the old cruise control once again. Are we clear on there? Looks like it. Fuel. Oh, fuel's doing good. My rest data's doing good because we rested right before beginning this this job search. And we are headed towards Erfurt. And we're going to go ahead and pull over and pass this Tremere truck. Since he seems to be going slow. Might have a big heavy load on him though. As always, we are listening to a selection of music which seems pretty good to me for driving from the YouTube free music library. Using the in-game radio, so this game has a radio. You can just copy music into a folder and it'll play it for you in the game. What I should have here, okay. YouTube viewers, if especially my international ones, if like I know that I have viewers that live in Sweden, live in the area. If you want to do something kind of fun that will be featured in this stream, record a generic, just for audio, like put it in MP3 format. Record a generic weather forecast for the area. You know, give me a typical spring or fall day temperature, and you can say there's a 15% chance of rain, because that's what I have the chance of rain set to, I think, in the settings. That'd be pretty funny, because then I could actually use that and intersperse it in between the actual songs, and be able to hear a little bit of local language for the areas that we're actually driving in, which is currently Germany. But, you know, have something in Swedish, have something in German. Resume our cruise control for 80 kilometers an hour. Thank you again for joining in the live stream. For those of you who are watching the episode, the live stream is Sundays at noon, most Sundays I should say, for SimGamerTV's Sunday Afternoon Drive. I'm going to try to be more consistent by setting up certain, shows and letting I'm basically, my current YouTube channel is rising again like a phoenix, and I have been absolutely surprised that subscribers haven't been jumping ship, as I've not put out a whole lot of content over the last couple of weeks. I've been experimenting with the live stream format for quite a while now, and getting used to the tools that I have available to figure out how to kind of both do something live with the time that I have available, as well as cut episodes out of each of the live streams that people can watch later on without having to watch the entire live stream necessarily. It's kind of intimidating to see 2 hours of YouTube video in a quote episode and be motivated to watch that. It's much easier for people who are tuning in after the fact to see 25 minutes or so and say, oh, that's an episode that I can watch. So I'm reselecting games that are more, that are coming up. Some older games like this one. This one just had a new DLC content, so it makes sense to feature it. And that's what we're looking on here as far as all these banners and stuff goes. All this stuff hanging from my windshield, fuzzy dice in the corner. All that's from the newest DLC available from SCS Software. I think the DLC was available on Steam for $3 or $4. And and lets you to add a whole bunch of accessories to your cabin. Whoa, whoa. Speed limit here is 60, I guess. That's why people are going so slow. It's kind of wondering. So with any luck, and without me screwing up too badly, we should be able to cut 2 episodes out of today's live stream. Or out of this particular live stream. And the question will be, what, if anything, do I want to do for my evening show on a regular basis? So I'll be thinking about that this afternoon. I think I might just move the whatever simulation it is to Sunday, so maybe Sunday evening can focus on space stuff. That'd be kind of cool. SimGamerTV's Sunday afternoon space flight. Or SimGamerTV's Sunday night simulation. That's pretty good. And I could do various simulations like Flight Simulator or Elite Dangerous or maybe even some Pulsar. Yep. So they didn't actually set the... I had an episode recorded. I mean, there's an episode in this live stream that would be ready to go, but I forgot to set a highlight, start a highlight timer for that. And that's the best way to cut episodes out of each of the live streams. You start a highlight on the live dashboard, and then when the episode is over, end the highlight, and that gets extracted by YouTube, the YouTube server, relatively quickly, as in within a couple of hours, as its own clip. That can then be used, that can then become, you know, an episode in a playlist or whatever. So that's kind of why I'm doing the intro, intro animations and stuff like that during the live stream, so I can actually use those in each of the episodes as they come together. Unfortunately, that means I forgot to do the other one for the first episode that I put together, which is a shame. But we were able to reintroduce all the same concepts, so it's not a huge loss. Just people might be wondering where I got all this stuff and how come my money has changed since the last episode or whatever. But this right here, this particular episode, constitutes the official relaunch of SimGamerTV's Sunday afternoon drive at noon Pacific time on Sundays, featuring car-related simulations like this, or Car Mechanic Simulator, or American Truck Simulator when that comes out, or any other, you know, sort of automobile simulations that are appropriate. Part of the my absence over the last 2 weeks has been really has everything to do with my experimentation on YouTube. Just doing private streams, nothing official, nothing out in the open. Just experimenting with the tools that I have available to figure out how I kind of want to be able to put the best content I know how for you guys to watch in both live stream format and episode format, because I don't have a whole lot of time for live streams, unfortunately, right now. If we're able to scrounge up 250,000 subscribers, though, I could make this my full-time job, which would be pretty interesting. But as it is right now, it is a hobby that I absolutely love. And because I have fewer subscribers, you notice I'm not running a lot of ads or anything like that. So. But as my subscriber base does grow, I will be monetizing more in the future. Assuming my subscriber base grows, and the channel doesn't completely bomb. It might just remain a hobby on the side, and that's okay too. I'd kind of like to do something a little bit special on Monday nights. You know, a shorter show, a little bit of intro, just a single episode. Thinking of doing something with my daughter, Mondays with Mariah. It'd be pretty fun. There are some kid-friendly games that I have for sure, like Rios and Monster Loves You. There's that Agario game out there that I played that I binged on for a few days. "35 minutes, which means we're pretty darn close to the destination here. Right on time. Looks like we've got 21 minutes in this episode so far. So you guys are seeing the first output, realistically, of my grand 2-week-long experiment. Actually, it's been more than that. This experiment's been like a good 2 months in the making. Figuring out these tools, trying different things, doing live streams, and not necessarily cutting them into episodes. At some point, I think maybe I'll do the Sunday evening show as Microsoft Flight. And the reason for that is I need to figure out how to restart my my save game, so we can start from the beginning and use all my tools and I have all my hardware. If that's what I choose to do, I'll talk more about it in that particular show. Hopefully be able to cut episodes out of that one as well and not miss any content, because there's a good amount of content. It's, you know, kind of like this, it's mission-based. Lots of bigger and smaller missions. And we are just about ready to deliver this thing. So definitely, if you guys want to do a little voice acting, absolutely put together a local weather report for one of these foreign nations, such as Germany or Sweden or Norway. You know, heck, any of the European nations that are represented in Euro Truck Simulator, and put it into an MP3. Talk about the, you know, give us the temperature of a typical spring day. Talk about a 15% chance of rain, and I will add it to my playlist. Just for a little bit of immersive culture going on in the game itself, which would be really, really cool. If I thought about recording something like that myself, but if I record it, then it's going to be my voice on top of my voice, which would sound weird. So, you know, it's better if I can get some volunteers to do that kind of thing. Okay, we are ready to wrap up this delivery here as soon as I get pulled in to the area. Where's my spot? There it is. Alright, it's going to get loud. I don't think I'm pulled up far enough. Let's go ahead and just pull it right up here to the corner. There we go. That's what I like it. almost. We're going to go ahead and pull straight forward here. You hear the whine of my force feedback steering wheel. And get myself a little room to back it up. And there we have it. Successful delivery. An excellent delivery, as it were, garnering us 8,128 euros and 501 EXP. In the previous episode that was not shown, we did advance to level 7 and picked up an additional driver skill in high value cargo. So we'll go ahead and just take a look at my skills here to show you that really quick. As we wrap up the episode, I went ahead and put the point in there. I thought about doing eco driving, but I'll save that for later for when I'm making lots and lots of money per delivery. Stuff like that. So we are going to wrap up this episode. Everyone who is watching live, stay tuned. We'll cut in another one. And for now, I will say to those of you who are watching this in episode format, thanks for tuning in. See you the next episode pretty soon. Until next time, goodbye. If you're on the live stream, hello, I'm going over to comments. But first, some credits. SimGamerTV's Sunday Afternoon Drive. The views, opinions, and commentary expressed are those of the author and may not reflect the views of SCS Software.